Trinity Mirror PLC is one of the UK's largest and most successful publishing companies. Fundamentally, we're a business that is about meeting people's daily needs in terms of their media and content services. We want to enrich people's lives, and we want to enrich people, whether they be advertisers clearly in terms of connecting our audiences with them, but also for people day to day, making them live better in their local communities, and obviously entertaining them and informing them on a basis across the web.
We've got a challenge over people who are prepared to pay for content. We've had 150 years of people being prepared to pay for their daily news every day. We've also had 150 years of people paying for the news that we're going to serve them in one bundle every day, and both parts there have disappeared in recent years.
Google Surveys is a way to innovate, to look for new revenue streams, different experiences for our users. Most of our users accept there is a trade-off to getting their content for free. They are willing and happy to have that value exchange of attention or contributing some kind of engagement with the third party in return for free products and services. We need to find ways to generate decent amounts of revenue in the digital space, and Google Surveys is an interesting and different model that changes the traditional sort of paradigm of CPM advertising. And that CPM as well is even more important when you're talking about mobile. So often where display advertising is fantastic for desktop, that again is not sustainable if our audiences are migrating to mobile. So any cost per engagement type model that I guess in a way Google Surveys works on, that means that the CPMs are often much more attractive in the mobile space than other traditional forms of advertising.
Well, we've used Google Surveys quite extensively, certainly over the last 6 months since we've had more of a focus on betting and gaming. We've got a rolling monthly survey across 11 of our online brands where we ask people a series of questions about do they gamble, what do they gamble on, how they gamble, who do they gamble with, and once it's set up, it just runs, and I'll know within about 3 days I'll have some new data. So it's very easy. When we talked about it with advertisers, they've been really positive about that.
The thing that has impressed us most about Google Surveys has been the depth and quality of the data that we get back. So knowing exactly where somebody is from, as much as you can tell that, is very, very useful for us. It's the opportunity for us to say to people, what is it that you think about something, and then get data back from a large number of people, analyse it, and then hopefully interpret it in a way that A, becomes a news story, but perhaps more importantly helps us to reassess what perhaps people are thinking about a particular issue. Google Surveys enables us to go straight to people and say, what is it you're thinking about this, and then build stories on the back of it. Nobody was actually saying to members of the public, what is it you're thinking? So we deployed Google Surveys across 80 of our websites, polled I think it was about 47,000 people, asked them 7 questions. The idea being not only to get a sense of how people felt about Brexit, but the issues relating to Brexit, all of whom were able to take an essentially national issue that's really, really important locally and say this is what local people are thinking about this. Going forward, we certainly plan to do a lot more of the surveys editorially, because it gives us the ability to say we know what our audience want, and we know what you're talking about, and that's why we're reporting about it.